Welcome to the KCHS Newsroom Special Report, Surviving an Active Shooter on Campus. I'm Brianna.
And I'm Anthony. We have fresh memories of the December 2nd San Bernardino IRC tragedy, and students have been listening to the news and they are concerned.
Concerned they are, Anthony. Our newsroom has been busy speaking with administrators, teachers, fellow students, and our security staff. KCHS Newsroom will be presenting a 3-part mini-series providing some answers and guidance to help our viewers survive an active shooter on campus.
Why is school safety an issue? Let's take a look.
In 1908, in the city of Cleveland, the Collingwood School caught fire. 172 teachers and students perished. Things had to improve. This resulted in an enormous amount of changes over the next few decades that were applied in most states. This was the genesis of our fire drills and many of the fire precautions we take for granted today. In the last 50 plus years, nationally, there have been 0 deaths at schools from fire. Do you know how many students have died from school shootings so far just this decade? 100 through November 2015. And we have 4 more years to go.
A morning that began like any other turned tragic today when an employee opened fire on his supervisor and fellow coworkers.
Students, parents, teachers are asking why today, after a bloody rampage, plunged this campus into tragedy.
Details are just coming in, but we're being told that a heavily armed gunman opened fire this evening at the mall food court behind me. There's no official word on any casualties yet, but one eyewitness reported seeing at least 6 people shot.
Active shooter. A gunman or gunmen killing or attempting to kill people in a confined, populated area.
We have Mr. Skiro on the line. Apparently there is more than one type of lockdown at our site. Let's get some clarification.
Thank you, Anthony. We have 2 basic lockdown procedures here at Colton High School, SOFT and NINO. The SOFT level procedure places all students into the nearest classroom as quickly as possible. The threat at this level is not on site, but nearby. The lockdown alarm will sound, followed by the instruction for all students to get into the nearest classroom. Staff will be outside their doors, rushing students into their classrooms. In this situation, the classrooms are considered safe zones. Students are seated at their desks or on the floor as space allows. Once the door is closed, teacher will collect names and IDs of all students. NINO, nobody in, nobody out. This is an acronym for our highest level of security. It means total lockdown, total lockout. The threat is nearby or on site. Nobody in, nobody out. All classroom doors should already be locked and checked. When the lockdown alarm is sounded, it will be followed by an announcement on the loudspeaker saying, "This is a lockdown, NINO." Turn off the lights. Barricade your doors.
Go, barricade the doors. All right, guys.
And darken the room. Silence all cell phones first and then turn them off. That way your phone will not make a sound as it shuts off. Build a fort of desks, chairs, and other furniture to conceal students.
Mr. Skiro, thank you for that visual checklist. So there are 2 types of lockdowns. Soft, get into the nearest classroom, and NINO, nobody in and nobody out. To summarize for our viewers, soft, get in the classroom as quickly as possible. NINO, secure your classroom, silence and turn off your phone, and then hide. Brianna?
Recently, we conducted a roundtable discussion on things we can do to be safer during a lockdown. Let's take a look at some of that discussion. We are here at the KCHS Safety Panel with Raina and Steven. Thank you both for joining us. We would like to ask you a few questions concerning some of the issues we just went over.
Raina, what would be your first reaction when you hear there is a NINO lockdown?
My reaction
I'm calling my mom and dad. I want them to know right away what's going on and get them out of here.
I would not recommend that.
Why do you say that?
Most active shooter incidents are in 5 to 15 minutes. The police will have the area surrounded and are searching for a threat. If your parents come playing Rambo, they might be mistaken for the threat, and we could have an even greater tragedy. You do not want your parents coming on school until it's over. You could be putting your parents in danger.
That's a good point, Stephen. You do not want to endanger your parents. Stephen, what do you think about the Nino scenario?
I'm not sure. If that's my best friend out there, I think I'd let them in, even if the teacher said no.
No, that would not be a good thing. I had the same feeling until I spoke with one of my teachers. What if the teacher has 30 students in the same room, safe and protected? A favorite student is banging on the door to get in. They have always been a model student until today. Something very bad happened, and the favorite student is the reason for the lockdown. The teacher does not follow protocol, opens the door, and endangers everyone trying to save one student. No, Nino is the way to go.
Wow, when you put it like that, it makes sense.
Makes sense to me too, Anthony. Stephen, I am aware that it is school policy that all classroom doors are to be locked during class. But our investigation has discovered that several teachers prop open their back doors, or main entrances with trash cans, chairs, or doorstops. What do you think of this?
In my opinion, it's not a smart thing to do. If we have an emergency on campus, the classrooms with open doors will probably be the first targeted, and they can see from a distance that it's accessible, putting the teacher and students in danger.
Thanks, Stephen. I do not know about our viewers, but it's becoming obvious to me that all of us need to work cooperatively for our safety. But what happens if we have a sub that day? Any ideas?
Whether or not there's a sub, the students know what they should do when they hear the alarm. When they hear the announcement or bell, they should begin getting into the nearest classroom or securing the room they are in. They can tell the sub what they are doing while they are doing it. We as students have an active part in our own safety.
Yes, the students nearest to the light switch should check the door and shut off the lights. Other students should help block the doors, while the remaining students should build a fort of chairs and tables to hide behind. Maybe students can come up with a plan and post them up in their classroom.
That's an excellent idea. Maybe in part 2 of this series we can display some of the classroom emergency procedures. I would like to thank both of you for participating in our safety panel.
Before signing off with part 1, we have Sean Campa, our CHS Security Staff Supervisor, joining us for a few questions. Mr. Campa, welcome to our special report. We appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, Brianna. I'm glad to be here.
Mr. Campa, I think most students here on campus see security as just someone enforcing the rules. But during our investigation, we discovered that security undergoes quite a bit of training, even some seminars conducted by the FBI. Is this true?
Yes, Brianna, it is. Myself, along with the other security supervisors from the Grand Terrace and Bloomington area, along with our security managers, have gone through extensive active shooter trainings at different, whether it be online or scenarios or seminars like you just said. We go through them so we can have wisdom to give to our staff and faculty and students here at Colton High School.
Mr. Campa, in case of a threat or emergency on campus, what are your concerns or suggestions for our students and staff?
For both staff and students, I would suggest the protocol we really go through and we're really trying to push forward is run, hide, and fight. We want our students and our staff, if they hear any type of gunshots, we want to run away from those gunshots as far away as possible. Hide. If there's any type of danger when active shooters coming towards us, we want to barricade ourselves as much as possible so that shooter can't get inside the classroom we're at. And the last is fight. There might be a case or a scenario that the shooter's right on you and you have no way to run or hide. You're going to have to fight for your life, and that means any necessary that you need to do to live another day.
Mr. Campa, sorry we are out of time. Thank you for coming again. We look forward to speaking with you.
Thank you.
Brianna, we are out of time for part 1. Would you like to let our audience in on some of the things we will be discussing in parts 2 and 3?
Sure, Anthony. Have you ever thought of what to do if a lockdown occurs during lunch, passing period, before school? What if it happens in a computer lab, at one of the many shops on campus, or during PE? We have our reporters out getting the answers. I am Brianna. See you in the fall.
Look for more information in the next special report.
The dramatization you just viewed addressed only a few of the considerations which might occur in an actual emergency. The purpose of this video is to create an awareness of possible threats and standardize basic response procedures when a situation occurs. Although the students and staff actions you have just seen were not real, they were dramatized as a teaching tool, demonstrating basic procedures of what you should do and how you will respond when an event happens here on campus. The overall purpose is to remove everyone from the threat and isolate the danger, whether it is on site or nearby. We cannot prepare for everything, but we can get as close as possible by learning how to protect ourselves. This is when seconds count.